Welcome back to Not In My Lifetime podcast, episode 38. Apologies that we're a day after rather than on Tuesday. Which is what it is, both busy, that kind of stuff. But we managed to get one in today, at least. We've got something going on this week. And yeah, I mean, as much as we want to be, positive and, and we really enjoyed that we got a win last Wednesday, just as you get a bit of positivity with this team, all of a sudden, injuries happen again, and they draw Palace 2-2. Everything that you were hopeful for just fades away again. And it's not for the what I've given up on everything. I'm the same as you, Danny, I'm sure. Obviously, big up to you, obviously, as always, for being on the show with me. But it's just, another bloody week with this team where it just can't remain consistent, can't catch a break, can't get... Because if we had won on Saturday, right, 2 wins on the bounce, perfect platform to build on towards tonight, obviously on the derby on Sunday, but I have no idea what teams could turn up yet. I have no idea what teams could turn up tonight. I've been this less confident in a team to probably 1920, probably, if maybe even further back than that. It's been a long time, but how do you feel, mate, about the current situation?
Well, we won a game. That's a good positive, and then we fucked it up again on the weekend. We just can't seem to reach that consistency that we need. For some reason, Pep's not playing the best players that are needed right now. Like last week, Jack was sensational in midfield.
He was fantastic.
I'd make a case for him to be man of the match last week. I think the balance was perfect against Forest. Everyone was having a good game. We actually kept a clean sheet for a change. And then he changes things again on Saturday.
I didn't get that.
Play the players that are in form. Like Gundogan and Bernardo, they need a rest. So give other players a chance. And Jack proved himself in midfield. Doku had a great game last week. And then he didn't play again. So
yeah, we found the formula that worked, didn't we? That really well. And I know every game was different, but the fact that we went back to how it was beforehand, and I'm sorry, I said before the game at Palace that the 100-year-old combined midfield of Bernardo, De Bruyne, and Gundogan. And funnily enough, last time I played Italian team in Champions League was the midfield of Gundogan, Bernardo, and De Bruyne. I was like, are we a different 5 years ago? What's happened? I'm just, mate, at the moment, like, I'm not necessarily negative, but I don't know where to look at this point. Because the team right now, the morale-wise, isn't the best. Like, is it at low point? No. But 1 win and 9 is worrying. If we lose tonight,
it is a concern. It's not something you'd expect from a top 4 team. Especially last season's champions, you wouldn't expect this run of form from anyone.
That is, Jack, honestly, that is a very apt metaphor. That is. You're bound to money there, mate, by the way. And look, I love Pep, we all do, but we have to call him out for what it is. Like, he should not have done that against Palace. I know you got to bring them back in and that, but why didn't Jack go in midfield? Why didn't Doku go in earlier? Why didn't he start one of them in that Palace game?
And another thing is changing the defence as well. So, obviously, we've had a lot of defensive concerns. Ake went off injured. Akanji's not been fully fit. Guardiol's not been in form. But Walker's probably the most out of form player at the moment. So why does he keep starting games? I think I saw a stat before. I don't know if it's true. We've only won 2 of the 9 games that he started this season. And we've lost or dropped points in the majority of the games. Well, we've won the majority of the games that he hasn't started.
Well, against Forest he came on, right? And I thought we did a good job. But the problem is, everyone thinks, oh, for God's sake, when you see him start, you think, oh, no. And this is why I'm thinking, if we get an offer in January, I'm taking it. because
I wouldn't take it in January. It doesn't give us enough time as a
no,
club
yeah,
to replace him.
that's downside. Because if we had a right back for replacement rated, if Rico proved himself enough at right back, I'm like, fine. Because Rico at the moment is at a point where he's being overplayed a lot. Now,
Yeah, he's exhausted. He's playing way too many games. Like you could say he's young, so he's more than able to play that many games, but it is a physical job and it's mentally draining as well,
oh, it
especially
is.
for someone so young. If you don't have the experience to deal with it, it's going to be even more exhausting. And he was
No,
played
wrong.
out of position against Palace as well.
And what a goal, by the way! What a goal he scored!
He did take that well.
It
He's
was a
missed
red
quite a
card.
few chances in the past, but he took that one really well. It's just a shame he had to get sent off at the end of it, regardless of whether or not you think it was a foul.
But VAR I'm sorry, right? That rule of VAR can't intervene. That's bollocks. You can intervene for that, right? It's not a booking. Because I'm sorry, I don't care if it takes long. It means that there are less bookings given out for the wrong things. Make sure that I mean, someone like that is a very poor situation. If he doesn't go off the pitch, we're actually in a better position to go on and get the win. But
Well,
look,
it wasn't a foul. Let's be honest, it wasn't a foul, but it was a bit reckless. He shouldn't have made that challenge at all. With him being on a yellow already, he should have known that in that position it was stupid to make that sort of tackle.
yeah. Thing is, Coach says this perfectly. Josko, Rico, Bello, Gundo desperately need time off, but we can't get players rest because everyone. Well, the positives are Cover and Foden are now back, which is brilliant. Obviously, not back tonight necessarily, but back for Sunday, which is brilliant. So that's two players now back in the team. Their Kanji's almost back as well, which is good. So we're getting some players back, which is a positive, but it's not enough. We need Stones back. We need Rodriguez for a while. Well, then again, when we're watching his recovery recently, like that recovery, I'm like, mate, he could be back sooner rather than later. I hope
Watching
not,
Gundo in holding midfield, I'd have a one-legged Rodri
mate.
in
I
this team
know.
at the moment.
The thing is, right, this isn't an indictment on Gundo because Gundo's giving it his all, but he's 34. He can't do that role anymore.
That's the thing. He's not got the legs to play that position on his own. He's not playing badly. It's just we need someone who has the legs in that position. If we did have Rodri and Gundo as further up in midfield, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. The thing is, chat, just funny about that. Rico actually does hit the gym. He does
And
like
he
that.
was a kickboxer.
I think for him, it's his height, not his physicality. I think physically he's actually not that bad. It's just about the fact that he's too small. If he's not like 6'1", like Nico Riley is, probably a lot better overall. Again, I can't ever forward commitment, Rico. He always committed, always given his all, and he does care, but he's too young to play this many games in a row. He is. It's fact. Foden didn't play as many games in a row, did he? But even in his breakout year, didn't play every game. It's too many games for someone of his age, and it's
Yeah, it is. What is it now? His third season in the first team.
well, first season was a treble year. Did very well. Last year, less games, but he got some more game time towards the end. But it was a bit more of a rotational time. But that was fine. So him and Bob were getting more into the team, and funny enough, in the same game as Palace away, him and Bob had a good game on the right hand side. So I think when Bob comes back, you might see a better Rico. But the problem is we're waiting on certain players to get back from injury, and it's not enough. And we do need more options, which is why I think, especially this whole Abraham Moraes situation, I'm definitely down to get him if he's available because what he offered. I mean, look, I know everyone's he's everyone's cup of tea, but if you actually look at how he plays football going forward and defensively, he's what we need right now. Someone who can hold the ball up physically, also score a streamer like a certain Brazilian midfielder for us did a few years ago. In Fernandinho, not saying he's as good, by the way, but he could be as good with us. He's that good of a player. I think it's what we need right now to start shifting that midfield into a much more of a fresh, and maybe him, Cover, and De Bruyne or Foden will be a good midfield to have, I reckon. Well, about you, mate, but that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, personally, I don't think Bruno's the answer. I know a lot of City fans want him. I don't think he's the level that we need. I don't think he's really stood out for Newcastle this season. But at the moment, because of the crisis, I think I'd just take anyone.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's just it's just one of those things where it's just I think everyone just wants a midfielder. Don't get me wrong, right? I want midfielder as well. We all do, and I don't really care what you pay for it at this point because look, we're in a position now to be demanding prices our way. It's our own fault we're in this mess because we didn't get the players in. We got to own it. I think right. If you want this certain player, and they ask that price, obviously you can try your best. But if we have to pay a certain price to get a good quality player in there, you got to do it. And at the end of the day, right, is it my money? No. Is it yours? No. It's club's money. Obviously, I pay money for the club tickets. That's about as far as it goes for that. But the club are the ones. I'm not. People who go on about prices of players, right? Give it a rest. At the end of the day, right, it's not us to decide that. We're not accountants. We're just football fans. Our team gets better. I obviously don't spend ridiculous amounts on a player, but if it is Bruno, make a good price, bring him in. At least you got someone there who can play without Rodri and with Rodri, because I think you can play both of them together. You can do so. It offers something different.
I don't have anything to oppose that, and I agree with that comment as well. I think everyone's too similar in sort of shape, size, and in style of play as well. They're all trying to do the same thing. At least with Rodri, he sort of broke up the play and he used his physicality against them. And I think Bruno just fits into that same category as well. I don't think he's a physical player really. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's not the answer to Rodri being out because he's not really tall. He's not really physical. He's just another one of those players that we already have.
It's why for me I don't want Adam Wharton. Like, it's because I don't like him as a player, but I think he's yet another player that's dissimilar to everyone else we've got in the midfield already. We need someone a bit more physically imposing who can at least hold. I'm not asking for Rodri 2.0. I'm asking for someone who's a bit taller, or something a bit different. Like again, I'm not asking for a backup CDM because again, backup CDM means that at some point it want more game time. So you want to get like if it is with Mendy, right? That's right. For me personally, this is with Mendy or Guimaraes. I mean, Ricky from Torino. I've watched a little bit of him, but I don't think he's what we need. He's just is yet another risk of a signing. Right now, we guaranteed proven quality in midfield. We do. Like, I'm not against buying young players, bring them through like we usually do. But where we are right now, we actually do need a bit more proven quality in midfield. That's where I'm at anyway. I know it was a different point of view, but I think this squad needs to start rebuild. And for a rebuild, we need a bit more proven quality. I want experience like young players, but I know. Look, I trust the club to obviously get it right. But my personal opinion is I will love Bruno. But if there's anyone else of good quality, I don't mind. Just someone.
Who's the guy who plays for Stuttgart? I've seen that name thrown around a bit.
Still, yeah, with Stiller though, for me, he's been done really well for Stuttgart, obviously, the Champions League, obviously in the Bundesliga. But again, it's not a risk signing. It's not guaranteed. And now remember, right? I know that nothing is guaranteed in football. Nothing is. But I'd rather go for someone that I know of who can offer me what we need than go for Stiller. Might not come good straight away. As yet another player we've got to bed in again. Maybe we might need someone a bit more. I know it's a very hard one because everyone's obviously you might have different to me, probably fine. Yeah, everyone wants to do different things, but we all agree that we want someone who can come in and hit ground running a bit more, so we can get a bit more a better midfield on current form. It's hard.
That's true, but if you think about it, how many players come in, settle straight away, and especially in a Pep team as well? You have to remember when we're looking at midfielders, as soon as Rodri's available, they're not going to get a game. So you're not going to get a first team player. You're going to get a backup. And you're not going to get a world class player agree to be Rodri's backup.
That is true. Yeah.
And how often do big money transfers happen in January as well?
That's the thing. I think Bruno. Obviously, I think Martin said it recently in a space for Tone. Obviously, on other shows himself. I think he said I think Newcastle were looking at the money in to get players in. I think Bruno might be a player that they might have to look to sell. Now, obviously, if we get a good price for him, I'm not opposed to getting him. I think from what I've heard, Bruno is actually willing to go to us. He wants to come to us anyway. So, and also having Edison, Savio, we've got a bit. And also Fernandinho, obviously, who's been an ambassador for the team of Brazil,
and the Portuguese guys as well. They all speak the same language.
So I think he come in and do really well for us. No, I think he probably he's a very similar player to Fernandinho, but a bit more progressive in the midfield in terms of going forward. It's probably what we need right now. So
How old is Bruno?
27.
Okay,
The right age is the right age.
That's sort of the right age to come in because it gives Bernardo a bit of a break and it sort of covers that position as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what, right, Jack? I agree. The high line, right? The way that Palace, like where Hughes played that ball through to Munoz, that first goal, I was like, what? One pass broke our entire team down. I was like, this is the issue with this team right now. It's not going back to an Ange high line, which for us right now, my current injury concerns, is a bad idea because you're never going to get a defensive line that's set. So look, don't get me wrong. I thought Diaz was the best defender or best player on the pitch for probably at times. He was unbelievable.
It would have been about 4-0 if it wasn't for Diaz. Diaz was incredible in that game.
That's what I mean. Like, if he's injured, mate, we're screwed. I don't care if that sounds like really like negative, but when you watch him, without Diaz, like look, Vardio actually plays better with Diaz because he has someone that can tell him when to go and when to hold, which obviously he's right now. Obviously, no Akanji. Like Walker, just I mean, look, Walker. We all know the issue with Walker. For me, I'm not gonna hate on him because there's no point. We all know. I think for me, this is his last season. It will be his last season. Like it'll be gone.
Yeah, it's inevitable. We've all witnessed his downfall. It's probably the quickest downfall I've ever seen, to be honest.
Oh yeah. So and please give Diaz the captaincy, please. I can't do this anymore with Walker. Like we all know what it is, right? Carl needs to kind of be a bit say, you know what? Hey me. I know he won't do that because he hasn't got the ability to do that. But if I was him, I'm like, look, you're leading a lot more than I am right now. I'm gonna be a vice captain.
We need to stop the voting. Like stop letting the players vote for a captain. Just give it to the best option. And in that case, it's either Diaz or Rodri.
Don't get wrong, right? If someone gives it to Kev, I don't mind it because Kev does actually lead by example as well. But Kev would rather get on with the game. I don't blame him, but he leads by his own example. Kev, like I don't even worry about him barking orders because him and Diaz do it all the time. Tell him where to go. And to be fair, Kev doesn't give a shit about the club anyway. So if it was given to him, no one would complain. But we all know who he should be, Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, stop giving it to the sentimental option just because it's a player's last season, like it has been with the last three captains. Just give it to the best option for multiple seasons.
Steeler, much as if we got Brewer and Isak, mate, that'd be the biggest robbery in general history. Like they're both their best players. Yeah, a striker you can play with Haaland or back up to Haaland. I mean, the thing is, though, Isak, I think you'd be like, I'm actually you'd like to join us. Like Haaland's already here. Why would I come to City when Haaland's already here?
Well, he can do a good job on the wing as well, can't he?
He can do, but I'd rather him play a striker than play on the wing. That's just because I've watched him for Sweden as well. Him and Kulusevski and Gyökeres together, like, which by the way, what a team that is for Sweden. Sweden and Norway have got insane teams now, haven't they? Like Denmark not so much anymore, but Sweden have got, and Norway's a good team to watch. But I think with Isak, look, for me personally, if Pep wants to go, if Pep doesn't want to go to a two-striker formation, I'm down with it. I'd love to see Haaland with someone else because it means you've got two players you can sort of use up front, whatever. But if you're going to go to that situation, you wing backs.
Yeah, if you're going to play two up front, you need to be better defensively and more solid in midfield. Otherwise, that just leaves another empty space.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like, do you actually, Kelster? You are wrong. I think it has become a burden. Because I think Carl can actually feel the pressure now. Because when Company was captain and went through a difficult spell, he galvanised the team to push on and keep going. When Gundogan was captain of this team, same thing. When players are captain of this club, apart from Fernandinho, the Company, they always stood up and held themselves accountable and the whole team accountable. Walker doesn't do that at all.
No, I've noticed whenever we concede a goal and it comes from Walker's side, he's quick to point the finger at others. He doesn't take responsibility for his own mistake. Like the goal against Palace, he was playing Muniz onside. And as soon as he scores, he's quick to put his hand up to claim offside, but he was playing him onside himself.
Yeah, he was absolutely terrible. But for me, Joe, I want to give a bit of positives though, rather than negatives. A bit of positivity. I thought Nunez was good. Again, that cross to Haaland was fantastic. The way he pinged that onto Haaland, and Haaland's header, by the way, was unbelievable. That's what I want to see more of him because he can do it. He can do that.
Judging his size, he should be a lot better at heading than he actually is. Like he misses quite a few headed chances, to be fair, but he did put that header away really well, and it was a brilliant cross from Nunez. Nunez is still one of our better players at the moment, and he's not getting enough credit for it. I was the first one to criticise him, and I'm
Alex
him up quite a lot recently.
Yeah, he will. Look, if even Nunez, right, I've always said you need to give him time and actually a chance to the team before I judge him a lot more. This season, he's really stepped up in a difficult situation. Look, I know won a lot of games recently, but that is down to him. I can't fault him his work rate. He's got assists, he's got goals. I can't fault him at all at the moment. It's more the defense that I fault, and the midfield more than I fault him. I think in that midfield we need legs, but Bernardo Silva for me is better on the right wing now. Which is mad I'm saying that, but it is like. Silva up before was able to do that consistently, where he was able to run around that pitch like an angry dog and get the ball and fight for it. He can't do it anymore. He hasn't got the legs anymore, or he's getting overplayed too much that position where it doesn't work anymore. You need someone with a work rate that keeps pushing. I wouldn't mind putting Nunez in midfield. In honesty, I wouldn't mind it.
If we're going to play Gundogan at holding mid, at least until Kovacic is back, I'd just put Nunez and Jack around him. Just have a bit more energy because Bernardo's not doing that right now.
I think Doku's done pretty well recently. Gutty didn't start on Saturday because I think Doku for me that was what I've been asking for the whole time. Been there. Is that he's shown glimpses of it, isn't he? Of like that kind of like running at the defender, having a shot, going in, or having a pass and doing it. He can do it. We've seen it enough times from him. It's just doing it every game.
Yeah, it's just the consistency with Doku. He does have the ability. Again, I was the first one to criticise him, but if he plays well, I'll say so. And the last couple of games, he has been one of the brightest sparks.
Him and De Bruyne do well together. I think that's. But I think for me with Savinho, however, Savio isn't the one not trying. He is trying. I can tell he really wants to give his all. And for him, look. I think if it was any other season where we were much better squad overall, better form, he probably would have been rotated a bit more into the team and gradually brought the team a lot more, and a bit pressure on him to deliver as much right now. But still, I'm going to judge him on what I've seen so far. Not enough.
I think he's trying too hard, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like what game was it the other week? He was trying so hard, he just became frustrated with himself, and it was difficult to watch him.
Yeah, because I mean, against Palace, he actually wasn't too bad. I think I haven't seen, a lot, different than that. But I don't know. It's a weird one. I think with him though, it's all about just time. Just give it a bit of time. I think with him, it's like because it will come good. I think him and Doku for me are very similar players. I think not necessarily skills, but more of like similar like attitude, similar like sort of and like I want to sort of go forward. I think when they're both on it, they're great to watch and they can do a lot more. And when that actually works, you'll see it work. But we're at a point now where we actually need to start delivering a lot more. And when these two are under pressure, they can't seem to do it. And look, it will work out. I'm confident that it will change at some point. But when it doesn't work out, it really shows. And
Yeah, the fact that hardly anyone apart from Haaland has scored, and Guardiola is he still our joint top two scorer?
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that.
Like nobody in midfield is getting the goals. The wingers aren't getting the goals. We're relying too much on Haaland. If we get an injury to Haaland, we're absolutely screwed.
Oh yeah, we are absolutely. Joe, what I actually agree with this. I would be as well. I think at the moment you can't play both right now. I think once you've got a better midfield, then you can start playing both together again because you need a bit more physicality and a work rate in midfield. So it's that those two haven't got to do so much tracking back. Everything's more attacking, get the box towards Haaland and getting the goals. That's the issue where we're at. I mean, where like we're having to rely a lot more on defending because obviously the whole team needs to work more on defending because we're not as because obviously we're a lot more vulnerable now than we were beforehand. And as well as Palace, you're seeing it like it's Palace aren't even that good this season.
No, they're not. It's just teams are bypassing the midfield too easily. The midfield might as well not be there, and then the defense is so high. One long ball, and that's it. It's the same every single game.
Exactly. Yeah, and look, I mean, obviously, it was 2-0. Obviously, we got a goal from Rico, got a goal from Haaland, but the thing is, to me, at this point, I said it last week. I'm not too bothered about the league at the moment. I look for me. We're not in a situation to think about a top race right now.
No, right now, don't even consider the league right now. We've got other things to worry about. At the moment, we might even struggle to get top four the way we're playing.
Liverpool are the best team in the world right now, current form.
Oh yeah, definitely. Champions League, all the cups, they just don't look beatable.
No,
even if they don't play well, they're still winning games, and that's what champions do.
Yeah, it's what we used to do, but at the moment we can't do it because we're so out of form, so out of it that we're struggling.
Yeah, we're easy to score against, easy to defend against. It's teams would want to play us right now.
Yeah,
and that's the complete opposite of just a couple of months ago.
Watching Villa last night against Leipzig, by the way, like remember that John Duran goal was unbelievable the way he hit that. But Villa are playing with a level of even themselves, right? They've been on a bad run of form for recently, but then also they've got like beat Brentford, Southampton to beat Leipzig. So all of a sudden like that, they've already gone to the past. We got a win, but we need. But I said before, that's all well and good, but do it against Palace. You can't do one win and that's it. You need to start getting the wins. And the problem is, I know Palace are a difficult ground for us, but you got to start getting wins. If that was a 3-2 win, I'd have taken it. Absolutely, would have taken it because right now it's 3 points on the board and it's confidence in the team. And yet that draw, all it's done is made it even worse for us because now I'm thinking, shit, Arsenal are winning 9 games now. Like we can't let that carry on. Like tonight's game for me is a must win. Must win
it has
tonight.
to be. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We're not out of the competition if we don't win tonight, but it does lower the chances.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think we'll win Premier League or Champions League this year. I think the team has been left to rot too long by the board. The board haven't acted when they needed to at certain positions or bring the right players in to really rebuild the squad a bit more. Like you lose Laporte, you lose Mahrez, you lose Alvarez last season. I was in the summer as well. You replace them, all replacements at all, and that is what's cost us. We haven't got any replacements in of quality to come in, and no one had to play catch up. And I think
the fact that Pep wants a small squad as well.
It's cost him because I know injuries are random.
Too many games last season and such a little squad. It was going to catch up with us eventually, and we're just suffering from it this year.
I think Pep needs to realise that now. I think now's the time to actually increase the squad. I'm not asking for a massive squad, but I have maybe like 4 more players in there. A bit more. Just you never know how much more that could help to have 4 more players in that squad. Even you, obviously, even you can have like youth players as well. But just make it a bit more competitive, so it's not so worried. If they're in injury crisis, you've got players already there come in and do a job. But right now we're having to run kids on the bench. Like the bench on Saturday was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I was like, that the first time in a long time, right? The bench was awful.
Yeah, the only real options we had on Saturday were Jack and Doku off the bench, weren't they?
Jacob Wright, Riley, and McAtee. McAtee's gone, by the way. He'll be gone. He ain't signed a new deal.
No, I wouldn't blame him. We all said, didn't we, that he doesn't have a future at City, and I think Pep thinks that as well because he's not getting the game time.
I mean, Peter says it perfectly about the high line and that. It's true. Like further up the pitch that you go, obviously, you lose possession, and there's all of a sudden there's no energy in the field to sort of run back. Like Juve, by the way, are a good team. I like 6th in Serie A with like 9 draws, but they're not a bad team. They actually
they haven't lost a game in Serie A this year.
Was 4 in a row. This is what I mean, mate. This is what I mean. It's I don't know, right? Like people say, "Oh, confidence," not like, mate. Confidence, mate. This team needs to prove a lot to me now before we actually get any confidence wins. Now, I'd see not just one game, a period of games where I see the team getting better. I can grow confidence with saying, right, okay, this game will get a win. Like because on Sunday, yes, them lot are terrible. They're worse than we are, but it's Derby Day. They could get a win in that game. That could be a 1-0 or a 2-0 loss that game. I can see it happening.
Yeah, it's a weird situation going into a derby when both of us are completely out of form. Like it can literally go either way. I can't predict the derby on Sunday.
I think it'll be a draw or a loss. I can't just win the game. I know it sounds mental, but the way the squad is right now defensively isn't good enough. We need players back from injury. We need a Kanji back. We need a settled back line that we can sort of say, right, this is the team we're going to use for the moment. Just use that and say, right, this 4, obviously rotate here and there. This is what we use going forward. I just think that Chelsea are a better team than us right now. They are.
Yeah, don't write Chelsea off the title.
Arsenal, no. Arsenal, City, no. I think both of us have similar issues. I mean, Arsenal for me this should be the season where Arsenal kicked on, won the league, but they've faltered. They've stood still, like we have. As a result, Liverpool haven't done anything at all really. They've got a new manager in with a fresh style of play and taken over. Chelsea have got a new manager, Maresca, but it's made all them £1 billion squad, but he's got them playing a style of play that suits everyone on the pitch. And you know what it'll do? He'll get rid of certain players that aren't good enough to get players that are. Chelsea will be a consistent team, I reckon, going forward. Maybe not this year, in terms of the league, but next year, the year after that, they're back, I reckon, Chelsea.
Yeah, if we're being honest about Arsenal, if they want to win the league, they need a new manager. Because Arteta's done a good job. He's got them competing for the league again, but he needs to win it.
Maresca have the Italian mentality. And I think that's one thing. I know Leicester wasn't so good, but Leicester won a good team anyway in the Championship last year. That Championship last year was a mixed bag of teams just getting over the line somehow. Like with a better team in play, he's got that team. He's got Palmer playing even better than last year. With sentiment, but he's got Palmer playing incredibly well. He's got Nkunku playing well. He's got Jackson playing brilliantly. He's got obviously Cucurella was terrible to begin with, but he obviously after he got new boots on, he was a lot better for the rest of the game. Chelsea, I think Chelsea get a better keeper and a better defender alongside Disasi and Colwell. They'll be a much better team. I can see Chelsea potentially not saying no this year, but next year definitely up for a title because we're at a point where I have no idea what we actually need to get this back to winning ways again. Because even if we get a player in, it's not going to be enough. Because we'd have a look at the squad overall and see, right, which one of these players is done. As in, not that they're good enough anymore, but are you still here to fight still? Because we win it all at that point. You really find out who the players are that want to be here to keep winning or to move on to something else. I think I also want to see Foden back as well in form. I think if anything, I want to see Foden back playing his football again with a smile on his face every game, not just the odd game here and there. Every game Foden playing at a level that you should be playing at.
Yeah, definitely. I watch Foden now and I just see a similar situation that Rashford's gone through. He doesn't look happy. I think he feels there's nothing more he can do or add to his game, and we all know that he's capable of it, and he's a potential Ballon d'Or winner when he does get in form. But at the moment, I just can't see him even reaching last year's level again.
Because look, I know we have a go at Bellingham, right? But Bellingham recently has been really stepping up for Madrid, and you saw him yesterday against Atalanta, another good goal yesterday. Foden can do that, but he's not doing it every season. Not just one season here and there, every season. I know you get ill sometimes, but the level doesn't drop. You're still playing at a level that you're used to playing at. I think people sort of, I get people want to defend him. I get it, but it doesn't mean you can't criticize him for performances. Like in the day, right, he needs to be held accountable for how good. Like he's a fantastic player. He won Player of the Year last year for a reason. But we've got to look at it as at the moment he's on in that level right now. And Kevin De Bruyne's come back in the team has already done better than he has recently. But I'm Kevin De Bruyne, but Kevin was like 33, 34. This is what I mean. Like it's just we've got to start seeing him step up more. I'm not asking for goals and assists every game, but I'm asking for a level rise, get back to that level that you were playing at last year. That's what
we rely too much on De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne he's getting on, isn't he? We can't rely on him as much as we do, and Foden's at the age where he needs to start getting a grip of games, taking control and leading the team, and he's just not doing that. He seems to play better when De Bruyne is there.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot out yet. I don't think they're out yet, are they? I think they're out in a bit, but I know they'll be out soon.
They'll be out in a minute, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got the team yet, but I will get it in a bit. But I also ask you as well before we move on to predictions and also towards the end of the show. Thoughts on Ortega getting back-to-back games?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I don't think Ederson's mistake against Feyenoord was enough to be dropped. Because everybody made mistakes in that final 15 minutes. And obviously the contract issues as well with Ederson. It doesn't look good, does it?
I think he's off the summer.
All the signs point to that at the moment, but I've always said Ortega's the best backup keeper in the Premier League. So if Ederson was to leave, we're still in capable hands with Ortega, I think.
Well, the thing is, well, right, people say,
much to Alex's disagreement.
I know, but the problem is, though, Ederson, you got to play him. Look, if Ederson wants to go, we can't force him against his will. We have to remember that some players sometimes are just done. And if he wants to move on from here, fair enough. Because
didn't we have the Ederson talk in the summer as well that he was apparently leaving?
We did. I was surprised he stayed. Really, I thought about but this is what I'm thinking. If when we're starting now and there's no new deal yet, then I'm looking for a new keeper. We have to.
Yeah, in the summer we were looking at Donnarumma, weren't we? So
I don't really care.
Probably go back to Donnarumma.
Well, him and mine yet. I don't. We didn't play out from the back. At the moment, right, we're keepers, right. Donnarumma or plays a stopper anyway. He's also quite tall as well and a good shot stopper. I don't care how much I pay for him. If it's him to get, do it. I think he's a great goalkeeper. Much better for us than PSG. He'll have a better defence in front of him as well. And look, I know that obviously Eddie is still here. If he does stay, brilliant. But we've got to think about it as well that it's something you got to discuss. You want to leave or not?
Well, the team news has just come out.
Is it?
So Edison's back in goal.
Oh, okay. Oh, Walker's play. Okay, right. Okay.
Walker. So right, we had a good run.
Draw.
Yeah.
Diaz,
Diaz, Guardiol, Lewis at left back again.
good no De Bruyne, good to Bernard.
Well, we had a good run. Champions League. It was nice knowing.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Gundo, De Bruyne, Bernardo on the right wing. Okay, that's fine. It saves it a little bit. We're saved. We're saved.
Yeah. If Jack is in midfield and Doku is on the left, Bernardo on the right, I do have higher hopes. But that midfield still doesn't really.
We need a younger player in there. We do. Now, obviously, got Ortega, Hudson, a young keeper on the bench now, which was really awesome to see that young 17-year-old. Cover's back on the bench. So is Foden. You got Nunes and Savino. Apart from that, youngsters will probably play anyway. Again, it's better than what it's been recently, but it's still not good enough. So never Kanji yet.
Yeah, I'd have looking at the bench. I would have put Nunes in there personally.
Yeah. Oh, the back line. Rico at right left. Oh, God, it's not good, is it? Don't get me wrong, right? I love seeing Yoska and Diaz at the back. I've asked for that. But I want better fullbacks, please. So we need just better fullbacks. I'm looking good. There was a Kanji and Ake in the fullbacks. I'm happy with that. But look, we are where we are right now for a reason. Like, injuries have been an issue, but also a win tonight is huge. Because if win tonight and beat United, that's 2 massive wins in a week. And then you've got Villa away. Look, Villa away is tough. It will be tough going Villa away. But I just feel, who's Juve's team? Come on.
Yeah, I was just looking at Juventus's team. There's not a lot of players that I've heard of, if I'm being honest. But any game at the moment is frustrating. You can't predict anything at the moment.
So I know the keeper. He played for, I think it was Monza last season. Savona's a young player. Gatti, but that's not Gatti. That's Danilo. Oh, he's gonna score tonight. He's gonna score a goal, isn't he? Oh, come on, man. Kalulu's a decent player.
If they have pace, then you might as well just give them a goal.
Mate, I've got a midfield of Thuram, Locatelli, and Koopmeiners. That's not good. Energy and they got Conceição and Yildiz and Vlahovic. That team is. People think that's an average team, mate. It's not. That's a good team of players there. I've watched Yildiz play recently as well. That honestly, Kelster, I know they are, but where we are right now, so are we. We're very underwhelming so far to watch at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see this team show a bit of cojones. I need to see. Look, we know where we are. We know what we need to improve. If we get a win this year of a FA Cup or Champions League, and that's it, I'm taking it. It's just a trophy. I'm taking it. But in terms of the league, I'm kind of just ruling it out until I see improvement or results go our way for it to be a much better result. But I just want to see this team playing well again. Not the way it's been recently. It's been miserable to watch.
Yeah, even when we do play well, it doesn't last long in a game. It usually lasts about 10 minutes. And then
go.
and then first counter attack, first shot, and then we're losing 1-0.
I guarantee you tonight, Vlahovic will score tonight. He's scoring tonight.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue against that. I fully expect it.
Look,
and Danilo as well. He'll probably have the game of his life, and we'll regret sending him to Juventus and taking Cancelo off him.
I'll just say this now, right? What we got to do is take it as it is. We know what needs to be improved, and the board are now under a microscope now to do that. So this year we're doing anything or maybe one trophy. That's cool. But the summer we've got to see the change. or the start of it. Look, you won't get the whole team changed around overnight. It'll take 2 years to see a proper move of a new team into a new era. But what we've got to do is trust Pep, first of all. I do trust Pep. But we've got to see as well a much more, I think for me as well, a different style, a new system.
Yeah, we definitely need a new system. Enough of the high line, enough of the inverted fullback because it's easy to play against, and just let the players attack. Like enough of this passing around the edge of the box without a direction and without any idea what to do. Just run at them. Give Doku free reign to run at them. Give Jack free reign. Give Savinio free reign. Just enjoy yourself.
Exactly, and that's what. Do you know what? I've missed that this season. A team that loves to play football, that loves to. You can tell love playing football. Because like last season, I went to watch Everton at home and that, and I saw that, and I saw the way we play football. That with Kevin the counter attack the Haaland, you felt like they were really connecting. This year, it's been even when Kev's played, it hasn't been the same because
they almost seem afraid to put the ball in the box. They seem short of ideas. They just seem like they don't know what to do. Like especially if we're losing a game and we're up against a 10-man defense.
That is facts, by the way.
Because it's easy to defend against. Everybody knows how we're going to play and what we're going to do.
Yeah.
They don't want to take a risk because they don't want to be bollocked by Pep. But at the same time, if you don't take that risk, you're not going to win the game.
Pep needs to, I think, have a bit humble by himself. So that look, if we want to get moving, admit that it's done. This system has worked and got a treble out of it and a 4 in a row, but we need to move forward again. Because the longer you stand still, the more Chelsea and Liverpool will start getting past you and going over you. We've got to start a change up now, this year. We've got to start seeing something different. And this is what I mean. That midfield to me, every game, mate. Gundogan, Bernardo, De Bruyne, not De Bruyne per se, but Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. I hope Jack's at midfield, by the way. He better be.
Oh, he has to be.
If he's not at midfield, mate, we're not looking good. We're not looking good at all, I'll tell you. Thoughts on that, Steve? It's not bad considering what we've got at the moment, but you can tell what we need that team right now.
The fullbacks and the midfield, they all need work.
Walker's done. Give me a Frimpong, Kuto, or anyone at right back is better. There, please, someone new in that position.
Out of all the options, we were discussing it last week, weren't we? But I'd say Pedro Porro.
Porro or Frimpong for me. One of them two. I don't care. Either way, you get a good quality player anyway. I don't mind. Someone better than Kyle Walker right now. So
they need to be able to defend, though, and Frimpong can't do that.
No, but then again, I trust him more Walker right now.
Yeah, it's just like we were saying about the defensive midfielder position. You expect someone to come in and do the job straight away. But if you bring a right back in who can't defend, that's not much better.
No, exactly. I mean, look, we all know what ways to change and what to be improved. I think, for me personally, I take it for what it is. No, I'm not necessarily thinking negatively. I think if you ask me what the score would be, I'd say a draw at best tonight. I want to say we get a win. If we get a win tonight, I'll probably be happy with it. But I need to see a lot more from this team before I start thinking positively about wins and that. Because Palace, look, Forest at home was great. It was a 3-0 win, clean sheet, and but then the injuries at the end ruined it for me. And it's like we can't seem to get anywhere without bit of negativity going there. We can't have a game when no injuries happen, get a win, it's all good. It's like we just 1 step forward, 2 step back.
Yeah, definitely. But tonight, I'm probably the same. I can't see us taking 3 points away. Best outcome is a draw, I think. And on Sunday, the dreaded derby against the Red Bastards. I'd probably be looking at a draw at that as well. If we don't win tonight, I just can't see us winning on Sunday.
I've got no chest now. I can't do it because if there's a bit more chest, I can't. I've got no proof. I've got no proof that I can be confident. I need to see something with this team before I start thinking, yeah, we're back.
Yeah, there's not really an end in sight anymore. We don't know when it's going to end. We thought it was last week against Forest. We thought we found the rhythm again to move forward, and then against
It's just
Palace we
depressing,
looked
isn't
it
it?
slip.
Bloody hell, man. Like, it's not winning. It's the style of play. It's like, it's just so generic. It's just like you want to see a bit of excitement. I'm not look. I don't care, right? If we play the rest of the year, but we play better football, more advanced football, and got results out of it. And let's say we got an FA Cup win out of it and the Champions League final, I'll take it. Especially how I've started this year. But I want to see better football than this because this football is boring to watch. Times like sometimes I'm thinking fall asleep because the amount of passing we're doing, there's nothing. It's too much passing, too much control.
It's way too much passing. It's overkill, and then by the time they can make that long ball and they choose not to, the chance is over.
Yeah.
That attack's done, and then they'll get the ball off us and then score on the counter attack.
So before we end the stream, I'll do my predictions for both games this week, and obviously we'll do a review of one of both games next week. It's just like the podcast where it used to be a lot more like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was Danny or Alex as well. We're just not good, right? We're not good. Like it's just
it's not good, but it has to end at some point.
It has to.
Now, it will end at some point.
Yeah. Tonight's game, though, I'll go 2-2. I think they'll score first through Vlahovic. Then we'll get a goal from Haaland. Then we'll score through, I reckon Jack's going to score. I'm like, yes, we're back. And then Yildiz will score a screamer, 2-2.
No, I'd say 2-2 as well. And then I'd probably say 2-2 in the derby as well.
1-1. I reckon they'll score through Rashford as per usual, and then we'll score through Haaland, and then we hit barn doors constantly, hit the post, the crossbar, post again, crossbar again, and suddenly goal. Score a goal. It's offside through VAR, and 1-1. If I come back to that happens, like I hate myself if that happens. By the way, but I called it already.
I could almost guarantee that there'll be something VAR related.
Oh, it's gonna be. Look, if we can win both games today, I'll be buzzing. Not about overall, but just to get some consistency back to back.
That's the thing. Like, if they play well, even if they don't win, if they play well, there's something to take from it.
Yeah.
If we do win, it gets the fans behind the players again, and you can sense it around the stadium. You can feel the tension because we all see that something's not right.
Yeah.
But we just can't see where it's going to end and how it's going to be fixed.
Yeah. Do wrong, right? I mean, obviously, I hope we do win. Like, and obviously, if I could predict wins, I would. But on current feeling, I'm just not feeling it at the moment with this team. It's not salty that we're not winning because it's not that at all. Because I'm not that kind of person anyway. If it wasn't, but what we're watching right now is just boring to watch. It's the most boring I think I've seen under Pep. And even the first season when we lost 4-0 and the football was still there. I could see where we were going with it. But even in the year when we were second to Liverpool, like we still played good football. Like we won at 8-0 and that, and played well in most games played in. But this season's been the most boring I've seen it. Like even last year had its moments of boredom, but it got better towards the end. This year has been really just turgid at times.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it boring. I'd just call it frustrating. It feels like the entire team has turned into Raheem Sterling. That's how it feels.
Oh god, yeah, you're right. That's actually a good point. Yeah,
like the last 3 seasons of Sterling's career at City. That's how it feels watching everybody right now.
You know what? Right, for me, Sterling's career changed when that miss with Leon happened. That was the moment for me. It was like, right, it's done because ever since that game, right, he's never recovered in that game at all.
No, he hasn't. He's struggled at Chelsea. He's been struggling at Arsenal. He struggled for us for quite a long time.
I think his career has gone down.
He was a brilliant player as well. It's a similar situation, like I said with Foden. He reached that point. He won Player of the Year. And then he thought, right, that's it. And
Some
then
players just don't know
he's
how
just
to
struggled to find that again.
Yeah, some players just don't know how to take that next step forward, do they, to sort of keep improving. And that's the. It's hard. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's just we can't afford that. We need.
That's when you know someone's world class. They can do it every season. They can just take control of games and win it themselves.
Yeah.
And they just become that player that you can rely on.
Yeah. So both draws then. Look, hopefully we get wins, both of them, but I'm just not confident at all at the moment with it. But I
hope they prove us wrong and surprise us, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'll be absolutely buzzing if we come out of this week with 2 wins.
Oh, so would I. Because and also, by the way, Alvarez, I just scored again, by the way. He's on fire. Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the club's decision to sell Alvarez, but it was the club's decision not to replace him.
They're wrong, right? Do I think we miss him? I think we miss a player like him, not necessarily him, but I think we miss someone like him who can contribute more to goals.
It's the press as well. Not just the goals, his energy.
Yeah.
And we're just missing that in general. Nobody really offers that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's our preview for Juve and United. Like, United was more or less more of a prediction, more than a preview, but I think we all know that derby has to go anyway. Amram ball against Pep, but it'll be a worse version of that Sporting game, pretty much. Apart from 4-1,
we know exactly what the derby is going to be like. It's going to be an absolute nightmare to watch, and it's going to be really, really difficult to watch.
Yeah. So but bring it on. Hopefully the boys can get a win tonight and just start some level of form. Start something because we need to. I think because look, we've got Juve, United, and Villa coming up. 3 difficult games in itself. If we can get wins all 3 of them, even if they're not good performances, it's wins on the board. The league right now, 3 points on the board. Forget the league until things happen that they go our favour and we're in good form. Right now, think about the here and now ourselves. Bring it on. But big thanks everyone for tuning in for it's obviously a bit of a shorter stream today. I'm no guests today. It's just kind of like just more of a chat today. But we'll definitely bring back people on next week's one for a bit more discussion about the derby and that. And hopefully, actually be here this time. Hopefully. Oh yeah, a substitute guest host. I never always here anymore. It'll be here soon. It'll be here soon. But to everyone out in Turin as well, obviously a bit up to you guys. I would have been myself, but as close to Christmas and also money and that, I thought I'll do it in the new year. But yeah, bring it on tonight. Hopefully we can get a win and just end this barren run of form. But for me and Dan and Annie, have a good rest of your week. Bring on tonight. Let's see what happens. Take a boost.
Thank you. See you next time.